Hi, everyone. It's a very special edition of Toronto in 10 because we have a very special guest here. She really needs no introduction. The legendary sportscaster Hazel May in the house joining us.
I am so psyched to be here. I don't know, in my other life, I wanted to be the next Monica Seles, so this has been amazing to be here.
I think we all do.
I guess.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
As
absolutely.
a Filipino Canadian, how deep does this hit right now for you? How special is it? Like, how much are you connecting with what's happening here?
I brought my mother and my sisters and my brother-in-law and my son and my husband with me because it is, I don't want to say historic, but for someone who was born in the Philippines, raised in Canada, to see Layla here and to see Alex here as well, it's almost like I'm getting a little emotional.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it's something that we always hoped would happen, but it is such a competitive world of tennis that you would not think the Philippines was this powerhouse, tennis hotbed. And the fact that we have two incredible tennis players among the top in the world is I'm still trying to wrap my head around watching them on center court.
Well, let me set the scene a little bit for you right now. We are live at Leylah Fernandez and Naomi Osaka's match. We're waiting, of course, for Alex Eala and Belinda Bencic to play. It is a sold-out session here once again at SoBi Stadium.
Yes.
And we know that you cover a lot of the sports scene here in Toronto. Have you ever seen a Filipino community come together like this?
It is unbelievable. As when we were here Friday night, and the Filipino flags, I had never seen so many in one place, and just the enthusiasm and the pride is so palpable amongst my fellow Filipino Canadians here, and they are coming out in droves. And what I said to my husband, who is from Virginia in the United States, he said, they're great tennis players. I mean, why is this so important to you? I said, it's so important because there are young Filipino boys and girls out there that can now see that it's possible to be a world-class tennis player and to, have the flag of Canada and the Philippines. To share that love and to be here in Toronto is just mind-blowing to me.
So one thing I wanted to touch upon now, me and Michelle are tourists in this city. We come here every year for the National Bank Open, but we are guests of this city and we love Canada, we love this tournament. But one thing I've noticed about especially what Alex has done is she makes everyone want to be a little bit Filipino. So I feel it's my duty to mention I've spent quite a bit of time in the Philippines. I spent around 6 weeks. Listen, that's a long time.
Are you sure we're not related somewhere?
I mean, do you know what I mean?
We might
Am I
be.
Filipino now? I've been scuba diving in Bohol. I've been to Cebu. I've been to Manila. I spent 2 weeks in Manila. I had some of the best food I've ever had in my life in Manila. So listen, I'm jumping on the Filipino bandwagon. It's happening.
So you mentioned Bohol is where my family is from.
What?
Cebu is where my father's family is from. And Manila, obviously, the capital city of the Philippines. So you've hit all the right places.
Oh,
You speak Tagalog?
You know what?
Good question.
We speak a different dialect. It's called Visaya. And although my parents do understand both Tagalog and Visaya, I mean, I understand the bad words and some words.
You always start with the swear words when you learn language.
But for the most part, I don't speak fluently, but it's still one of these things where when you have people who are baseball fans in my world come up to me and say, I want to be like you, and they're not necessarily Asian, that's when it hits home. When you have a young girl who's blonde hair and blue eyes and says, I want to be like you, I think that really hits home. So I just hope young boys and girls from this country will look at what Layla has done. And for those who are overseas, see what, Alex has done. And maybe we can have a lot more Laylas and Alexes in the future.
Let's talk about Layla for a minute. Obviously, she's the lone Canadian left in the draw, but she said she's enjoying the pressure. She hasn't been quite the player that she's been when she went to that U.S. Open final run, which was a few years ago. What does she mean to Canada?
I mean, much in the way Alex has meant to the Philippines, Layla, and Canada, and particularly Toronto, is such a diverse city. This is a diverse country. And to have someone that looks like Layla and to show people that it is possible to be, at the top of your game in professional tennis. Now, the WTA is, to me, the biggest compliment is when you have someone that looks like Layla, and then you think you can strive to be like her. I think that, to me, is the biggest compliment to her game.
One thing, picking up on this conversation, you mentioned about it being a multicultural city.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if it's Iga Swiatek playing, the Polish flags are out. If it's Alina Svitolina, the Ukrainian flags are out. If Alex is playing, the Filipino flags are out. The Canadian flags are always here. It's a celebration of tennis.
Yes.
And no matter who wins, this sounds corny and a cliche, but tennis is the real winner. And it's so fun to be a part of this and just being in the crowd in any way, shape, or form.
I've heard, watching, the Tennis Channel and other on YouTube, I've heard interviews from other competitors, and they're being asked, what do you think about the phenomenon of Alex, and what do you think about, Layla's success in Canada? And the common thread is, this is good for tennis. Of course it's good for Layla and her fans. Of course it's good for Alex and her fans. But tennis is the real winner here, because you have some Filipino Canadians who probably have never been to a professional tennis match, but wanted to be here because they heard one of their own is playing at the top of her game. So listen, it's sold out crowd. I understand it was sold out, was it Wednesday or Monday when
Been sold out most
Alex,
nights.
yeah.
Sold out the most nights.
Right?
Yes.
And when Alex was here, it was a sold out crowd for opening night for her. And that, to me, is the real winner.
And James, I know I bring up food every night on the podcast, and I'm going to again.
It's okay.
Because chicken adobo was made especially for her. And tonight, another new food creation.
What was it?
lumpia.
Oh my God, lumpia came out tonight? I
Yes.
was not there.
Limited
We need to get
edition
you
lumpia,
some,
right?
But I'm sure we know the chef. We can
Yeah.
find you some if
Yes.
you're interested. But
I was here for adobo night. I was like, yes.
But you know what's so cool, Hazel? That this tournament catered to the fans and says, in ode to Alex Eala, we're going to make something special. And the reaction has been global.
I mean, it's brilliant. Whoever thought of that is brilliant. I mean, you have new tennis fans who are coming to Sobe Stadium probably for the very first
Yes,
time.
it's true.
And they're meant to feel welcomed, and they meant to feel at home. So I think that was brilliant, whoever thought of that, and just really kind of integrating the cultural aspect of what we're seeing on center court.
And it floods throughout the grounds as well. I've been on Grandstand today, and it's been absolutely packed because everyone starts the night there.
Right.
And I think Katie McNally, she said something really nice, didn't she, to Alex at the net the other day. She just said, thank you for letting me be a part of this. Very humble. She didn't need to say that, but it just shows the impact it's having
would
on
ever
her.
say that.
I mean,
in
that
a
sounds
instance like
weird,
that.
right?
Yes, it does.
I
She's
mean,
just
you
lost.
and I have covered other sports.
Yes,
That's
no one would ever say that in
No,
other sports,
no.
ever.
It's like, oh, thanks for letting me lose to you and let me be part of it. No.
Exactly.
Well,
And be so
Jessica
gracious.
Pegula said something similar as well, didn't she, in DC when she lost in the
When
finals?
she's, yeah.
Yes.
It's
really what she's been doing for tennis.
Yeah.
And that's really incredible because more seats will be filled to see any woman play in tennis. And that is what is great.
Just to reflect on one thing, so like as a young man, I grew up as not a tennis fan, but as an Andy Murray fan because
Oh.
I'm half British, and that's what got me into the sport. And because of that, I've explored, my life has been around tennis. Imagine all the young Filipinos now that will grow up being fans of Alex, and they will have careers in tennis. They will become tennis players. They will do all sorts because of that fandom.
When I said to you, when I was 12 and 13, I was taking tennis lessons, I wanted to be the next Monica Seles. Because there was no Layla and there was no Alex. And so now I'm sure there are young people out there saying, I want to be the next Alex. I want to be the next Layla. So it just shows you how much has changed for the better.
Well, I'm going to end it with this. When I was younger, I wanted to be the next Hazel May. And that is a true story because I have admired Hazel for a very long time. We have mutual friends.
Yes.
And now you're going to have to take me out on a meal here in Toronto because I love to eat. Is
Oh my
that
God.
cool?
This is a cool thing for me. So thank you.
This
Thank
is
you.
Michelle's closing statement. I have one too.
Okay.
Alona Beach on Bohol
Bohol, yes. Where
is this
is
going?
one of my spiritual homes. Like when I close my eyes looking for peace, I'm there. And me and my wife went there on our honeymoon. It's a special place to me. So
Oh my
I love it.
There
Well,
we
thank
go.
you so much,
Thank
Hazel,
you,
for
guys.
joining Toronto in 10. This is
Thank you.
the best
my
podcast
favorite
yet.
episode so far.
Thank you, everyone.